tenacious mean? Tenacious means persistent and determined. Okay, so despite facing numerous rejections, she remained tenacious in her pursuit of success, means she remained determined to succeed, right? So tenacious, a new word that you came to learn today. Okay, tenacious. Now look at this particular word, all the words that you see here, the 6 words actually mean the same. এই ছটা ওয়ার্ডের কিন্তু মিনিংটা সেম। All these words are synonyms for each hard working, you came to know 5 new words, right? Okay, now what is this? This is mushroom, right? Okay, the number of computers in schools has mushroomed in recent years. Mushroom, no, the use of the word mushroom in one context is mushroom benget chata, right? It is also a vegetable which a lot of people eat, and in another context the sentence is the number of computers in schools has mushroomed in recent years. Mushroomed here, mushroomed means increase. Okay, বৃদ্ধি পাওয়া, বেড়েছে। Here mushroomed means increase, বাড়া, right? So as I told you, mushroom here means increase. Okay, develop rapidly. So the number of computers has mushroomed. Now look at this, what is happening here? Cloudy sky. Okay, cloudy black sky. Now with the storms gathering, with the storm clouds gathering, it seemed inevitable that it would rain. With the storm clouds gathering means with the black clouds, okay, coming, which says that a storm is coming, it seemed inevitable that it would rain. Okay, now what is the new word here? Inevitable, tenacious, inevitable. Okay, earlier we have learned diligent, conscientious. So these are the new words that we are learning today, right? So inevitable, what does inevitable means? Means unavoidable, it will happen. Since the clouds have started gathering, so it will rain. Okay, it's unavoidable. Okay, so inevitable, right? Okay, now what is the boy doing? He is taking medicines, right? Now taking a painkiller can help elevate the headache. Again, a new word, elevate, can help elevate the headache. Elevate means will help to reduce. Taking a painkiller will help to reduce the headache. Okay, decrease the headache. So elevate, to make something less severe or intense. To make something less severe or intense. Okay, elevate means to reduce it, right? Okay, so understood? New, another new word. So tenacious, elevate, inevitable, conscientious. Okay, now who is this person? Can you recognize him? Okay, he is a famous poet. He is Pablo Neruda. Now let's look at the sentence. The author is an eminent figure in the literary world. The author is an eminent figure in the literary world. So what is the new word here? The new word is eminent. Eminent means famous, okay, popular, famous, celebrated. So highly respected or famous, as I told you. So eminent means famous, okay. So now are you thinking that why are we learning so many words today? তোমাদের কি মনে এই জিনিসটা আসছে যে আমরা আজকে কেন বারবার শুধু words বলছি, words এক একটা words জানবার বোঝার চেষ্টা করছি? Why are we focusing on words today? Different and new words you will come to know later. Okay, now let's see what is the boy thinking about. Again, you see all these words, all the 8 words that you see actually mean only one, happy. Okay, again these are what? Synonyms, right? So these are synonyms. So all these words only mean happy, but we can talk about happiness in the terms of these 7 words as well. Okay, glad means happy, cheerful, happy, jubilant, happy, ecstatic, again happy, delighted, happy, elated, happy, phenomenal, happy. So all these are synonyms of the word happy, right? Okay, so here we have come to learn more 7 new words. Phenomenal, okay, elated, jubilant, ecstatic, okay, ecstatic, bananta khayal korbe, carefully look at the spelling of ecstatic, okay, ecstatic, right? Now, let's take up the first question of our class today. Let's see what do we have. All right. So identify the synonym of the underlined word. He called his son affectionately. So there is a sentence given to you. The sentence is he called his son affectionately. So through this sentence, what you have to do is you have to underline the synonym of affectionately. Affectionately কথাটার synonymটাকে underline করতে হবে. Clear? So out of the 4 options given to you, you have to find out which option is the synonym of the word affectionately, and you have to underline that particular word. Is that clear to you? Okay. So your time starts now. Out of the 4 options, tell me which word is a synonym for the word affectionately. Okay. Now go ahead and give me your responses. All right. He called his son affectionately. Right. Okay. Now, okay, very good. Go ahead. All right. So the correct response is, of course, option C, lovingly. Okay. Affectionately means lovingly. Okay. Option D wrong. Unpleasantly means unpleasant, unhappy. Sweepingly and precisely doesn't match with the word affectionately. So option C, lovingly. Okay. Synonym for affectionately. Right? Okay. So now, what are these called? That we are learning new words today. Okay. We are talking about understanding the meaning of new words. We are trying to frame sentences. So this is called vocabulary. Vocabulary. Vocabulary in simple terms means word stock. একটা মানুষের word stock কত? কত words তুমি জানো? একই meaning এর কতটা word তুমি জানো? That is vocabulary. Okay? Word stock. Okay? আচ্ছা. Now what is vocabulary? Let's see. The definition I told you already in my own words. Now let's look at the definition. A vocabulary is defined as all the words known and used by a person. As I told you, word stock, all the words that you know and you use it on a regular basis, that falls within your vocabulary. Okay, it refers to the words we know to communicate effectively. Vocabulary helps one to communicate effectively. Okay, helps one in very good communication. Now, words tell us what to say. Okay, words tell us what to say. We know when to use the words. Okay, grammar tell us how to say, what should be the construction of it. Okay, what should be the construction of the words. So vocabulary building helps in analytic and critical thinking, of course. Okay, vocab building helps in critical thinking. Now, so importance of vocabulary. Importance of vocabulary has been talked about by a lot of eminent persons. Among them, one is Ludwig Wittgenstein. He said, the limits of my language mean the limits of my world. So as much words, as many language as I know, my world becomes more open to me. Okay, for example, you know only Bengali. Okay, and you don't know any other language. So if you go to a place where people don't know Bengali and can talk in any other language but Bengali, then how will you communicate with that particular person, right? So you at least must know 2 or 3 languages, at least. If more, then it's very good. Now, if you have a wide vocabulary, you have a wider appreciation of the world. Means the world opens to you. If you have wide vocabulary, come to know many languages. Language broadens a person's understanding of thoughts, emotions, and experiences. Right. So this is what vocabulary does. Helps you, opens the world in front of you. Okay. Now let's look at these particular words. In one context, spring means the spring season. Okay. I love the spring season. In one context, let's look at the word spring in another context. So here spring is used as a noun. Now let's look at spring in another context. What do you see here? This is a water body, right? So this is also called a spring. We took bath in the cool mountain springs every day. So this is also a spring. Okay, a small strip of water flowing from mountains, also called spring. Right. So again, same words having different usage. Same words, same pronunciation, same spelling, having different usage. Now, what do you see here? It's light. Okay. Now, look at the word light. Here, the word light means alo. The ambient light in the room is orange, like the color of a city street light. So, here light means the light, alo, right? Clear? So here light is used as a noun again. And now look at this. What is the girl doing? Going to school in a uniform, right? Now, how is her school bag? My school bag is usually light on Saturdays. Now, in this context, light is used as halka, heavy or light. Okay, light. এখানে use করা হয়েছে in the context of halka. So here light is adjective because it is talking about the quality of the noun. Right? Okay. Now, do you know who is she? She is Helen Keller. Okay. So Helen Keller became blind at a very tender age. Here, blind is used in the context that blind means blind in eyes. Okay, অন্ধ, চোখে দেখতে পারে না, somebody who cannot see. Okay, so Helen Keller became blind at a very tender age. So here again, blind is a noun. And now, what is this? There is a window and there are curtains, right? So if you pull down the curtains now, it will be like you are blinding. Okay, blinding, right? Draw the blinds on the curtain. So you are blinding the window. মানে window দিয়ে তুমি আলো ঢুকতে দিচ্ছ না, curtains টেনে দিলে. So in this context, the word blinds can be used as a noun again, right? Okay. Now, so let's take up the second question of our class today as we move ahead. The words happy and sad are, okay, are what? That means the words happy and sad are what? A, B, C, and D. Right? Okay. So your time starts now. Give me your responses quickly. The words happy and sad are what? A, synonyms, B, antonyms, C, homophones, or D, homonyms. Right? Okay. Go ahead and give me your responses. All right. Okay, very good. Go ahead. Okay, so the response is yes. Option B, antonyms, right? Opposite words. Happy, sad. So antonyms, opposite words, right? Yeah. Now, moving ahead, what is the boy doing? What do you see here? What is the boy doing? The boy is walking, right? Okay. So Dhruvo took a walk along the river bank. Dhruvo took a walk along the river bank. Acha. Now, look at this. So here, bank is used as a noun. Dhruva took a walk along the river bank. Means by the side of the river bank as we call it. And what is this? This bank is the financial institution bank, right? So this morning I went to the bank to open an account. So you see, again, same word, same spelling, same pronunciation, but the contexts are different. And as the contexts are different, their meanings also change. এক একটা পরিস্থিতিতে যখন শব্দগুলো পড়ে, তো শব্দগুলোর মিনিংও চেঞ্জ হয়ে যায়, ওয়ার্ড সেম থাকে, প্রনাউন্সিয়েশনও সেম থাকে, বাস মিনিং চেঞ্জ হয়ে যায়. ফর এক্সাম্পল, ব্লাইন্ড, ব্লাইন্ডস. ওকে, ব্যাংক, ব্যাংক, লাইট, লাইট, সুইট, সুইটস, ক্যান, ক্যান. একটা ক্যান মানে হচ্ছে ক্যান, সি এন ক্যান, ক্যান ইউ গো দেয়ার. আর একটা ক্যান মানে হচ্ছে কৌটা, স্টিলের ক্যানিস্টারকে আমরা অনেক সময় ক্যান বলি. ওকে, সিমিলারলি প্রিন্সিপাল, the headmaster, and principal. Principal means the principal characteristics, principal. So what are these particular words called? Words that have the same sound, same spelling, but different meaning in different contexts. These words are called homographs. These words are called homographs. Okay, same sound, same spelling, but different meaning. Homographs. Clear? এই শব্দগুলোকে আমরা বলি homographs. You try to remember the example, then only you will remember. No need to remember the definition. Try to remember the example, you will be able to identify better. So bank, bank, light, light, principal, principal. These are homographs. Okay. Now what is the boy doing? He is walking in the rain, right? Okay. Now let's see what happens next. Okay. I got caught in the rain. So I got caught in the rain, right? So rain, we all know rain, বৃষ্টি, বৃষ্টিতে সে আটকা পড়েছে। And now what is happening here? There are queens and kings and there is a ritual happening. Now she was a popular ruler throughout her reign. So earlier it was rain, R-A-I-N, and now it's again R-E-I-G-N, rain. The word is different, spelling is different, but the pronunciation is same. The sound is same. Okay, rain, rain, right? Rain মানে তোমরা বোঝো রাজত্ব। Now look at these words. Sand, sand, sun, sun, night, night. Earlier it was same spelling, same word, same spelling, same sound, but different meaning. Okay. Now it's same pronunciation, right? But different spelling and different meaning. Right. So what are these words called? Words that have the same sound but different spelling and different meaning. These are called homophones. Okay, homographs, blinds, blinds, light, light, okay, principal, principal. These words have the same pronunciation, same spelling, different meaning. So they are called homographs. And these particular words have only the common thing about them is the same pronunciation, meaning, spelling, all different. So these are called homophones. Right. So these are called homophones. Clear? Okay. So now let's take up this particular question. The third question of our class today. Let's see. Find the correctly spelt word from the following. So you have four options in front of you. So out of the four options, which word is written in correct spelling? কোন শব্দটা চারটার মধ্যে কোন শব্দটা correct spelling এ লেখা আছে? Clear? Not incorrect. Correct spelling. Clear? Okay. So your time starts now. Give me your responses. Which word is written in correct spelling? Right? Look at all the four options carefully and tell me which word is out of the four options here is written in correct spelling. Okay, go ahead. All right, move ahead and tell me. Okay, so which word? Look at option A. Crystallization. Is it correct? It is crystallization. So wrong. Option B. Controversial. Is it correct? Controversial. Again, it's wrong. Now look at option C. Interrogation. Is it correct? Again, it's wrong. It should be double R. Now look at option D. Rehabilitation. Is it correct? Yes, that is correct. So option D is the correct spelt word out of the four words given here. So option D, rehabilitation, is the correct answer. Right? Okay. Now, so choose the appropriate word. Okay. So we have a sentence here. He was an audacious leader. He was. Okay. So we have two options here. He was an audacious leader. He was what? Audacious means you have to find out the meaning of the word audacious. So in relation to that particular word, we have to choose the option. So he was, very good. He was bold. Audacious means bold, very brave, courageous. Okay. So he was bold. Right? Okay. Next. It is a very strange fact that frogs dash water through their skins. Okay. Now, look at the two options. Balance and absorb. So, which option do you think? It is a very strange fact that frogs, yes, very good, balance water through their skins. Right? Okay. Now, could you lend me some money, please? Okay. So, could you lend me some money, please? Again, so lend here means what? Lending here means what? Give or borrow. It means give. Right? Yeah. Very good. Next. We must have an dash supply of food before we start our journey. Now, what do you think is the sentence? What do you think should be the word here? We must have an dash supply of food before we start our journey. Absolute or abundant? Yes, very good. It is abundant, means good quantity, abundant, sufficient quantity. Okay, we must have a sufficient quantity. Chalo. She gave him a baleful look. She gave him an dash look. Now what does baleful mean? Look at the two options, evil and warm. So what does baleful mean? She gave him a baleful look. She gave him an dash look. So gave him an Yes, evil look, wicked look. So that is baleful look, right? Okay. Now let's take up the fourth question of our class today. Let's see. Which of the following are not homophones? Which of the following are not homophones? Homophones, do you remember? The examples of homophones. What were example of homophones? Like scent, S-E-N-T and S-C-E-N-T. Only the pronunciation is same, but the words, the spelling and the meaning all different. So these are homophones, right? So which of the following are not homophones? এই চারটা অপশনের মধ্যে কোন অপশনটা হোমোফোন না? Not homophones, okay? So A, bear, great, rod, D, none of the above. So which of them is not homophone, okay? Now your time starts and give me the correct answer. Which option out of the four options given here are not homophones? Homophones, you remember, have the same pronunciation, okay? Rest all different spelling, meaning everything, but have the same pronunciation, okay? So tell me which one is not homophone, okay? Now read all the options carefully and then you will have the answer in front of you, okay? All right, so option A, bear, homophone, not homophone, okay? Great, homophone, not homophone. Rod and road, yes, this is not homophone. Rest, bear, great are all homophones. Okay, same pronunciation. Bear, great, same pronunciation. So these are all homophones. Rod and road have different pronunciation. Rod and road, different pronunciation. So these are not homophones, right? Okay, now moving ahead, let's go ahead with our class. Let's learn some new words. Okay, so in today's class, since it's vocabulary class, we are learning and will also learn in next 10-15 minutes more lot of new words. Now the first word is accessibility, okay? The next is empower. Next, third one is etiquette. So what is accessibility? Accessibility means you have access to that particular thing, তোমার ওখানে যাতায়াত আছে. So accessibility. Empower means when you give someone the power to do something, okay? Empower. Etiquette means, you know, good behavior, decent manners, okay? Exuberant. Next, simultaneously means when two things are happening together parallelly, ওটাকে আমরা বলি simultaneously. Delegate is a political term. Delegate, okay? Minister, such political persons are often called delegate, okay? Now, so vocabulary building. Now how can we build vocabularies? Now what are the types of vocabulary? Let's see first. So vocabulary can be two types, either reading and then writing, meaning you read a new word somewhere and then write it down in order to remember, or listening and speaking, means you listen to a new word, understand the meaning and then speak about it, means talk about it in different contexts, okay? So it can be oral or print, right? Oral or print. And then there are words which are, you know, productive and receptive, okay? Productive and receptive. Like productive word is correct and receptive word is rectify. মানে productive word is the word which we often use, like correct আমরা অনেক সময় বলি, but receptive is a word which we know but don't really use often. How many times do you say rectify? Do you say rectify? আমরা সবসময় বলি correct answer. So do we say rectify? We don't. Similarly, agree and consent, we say, oh yes, I agree. Do we say yes, I consented to this? Do we? No. Then eager and keen, again we use eager, I am eagerly waiting for you. Then do I say I am keen on your coming? No. Again, dislike, antipathy. So productive and receptive, right? Okay, so before moving ahead, let's take up our fifth question. Let's see. Which of the following words are homographs? Okay, which are the following words are homographs? Homographs, do you remember? Blinds, blind, light, bank, means same pronunciation, same spelling, different meaning, right? So these are called homographs. Now, so you have four options in front of you and you have to tell me which are homographs. Okay, time starts. Now give me your responses. Same spelling, same pronunciation, different meaning, right? Okay, all right, go ahead. Okay, so the correct spelling is, the correct option here is, yes, option A, bow, right? Bow, bow. One bow means to bend forward, bow. The other bow means the weapon, bow. Okay, so option A, bow and bow is the correct option. Homograph here, right? Okay. Now, again, let's focus on the import. We have already discussed about the different importances of vocabulary. Now, let's take a quick look. What does vocabulary do? Okay, it is very important for our word building, opens our world to us, okay, related to our intelligence, helps in our communication, good communication, okay. Words are tools for both thought and communication. It's no surprise that those who master them have a much greater chance of success, not only professionally but in their lives as a whole. So if you know a lot of words, the world opens for you more. Okay, now let's come to know some root words. Okay, now how to know words? It's not possible for any particular person to know all the words. So how can we identify words? We can identify their meaning. We can identify their meaning through some certain root words. Okay, how? Let's see. At least half of the words in the English language are derived from Greek and Latin roots. Okay, like for example, look at this. মানে বেশিরভাগ ইংলিশে আমরা আজকাল যা শব্দ পড়ছি তার বেশিরভাগ শব্দ কিন্তু অ্যাকচুয়ালি গ্রিক আর ল্যাটিন থেকে বানানো, রাইট? সো philosophy মানে কি? Philosophy মানে is a subject. It means love of knowledge. Now if you break the word philosophy into phil and sophy, you will see that it has two different meaning. Okay, the word phil means love and sophy means knowledge. Phil means love and sophy means knowledge. Now the word you come to know that phil means love. So whenever you see the word phil in any word starting with phil, you understand that that particular word has something to do with love. For example, Philadelphia, city of brotherly love. Philanthropist loves human charity, humankind. So whenever you see the word phil in front, in the word starting with phil, you will understand that this has something to do with love, any kind of love. Okay, so this is how we guess the meaning of the words, right? Now similarly, look at this. So Esther. So whenever we see any word starting with Esther or has anything to do with Esther, so Esther is a root word, a Greek word, which means star. So English astronomy, astrology. So whenever we use hear the words astronomy, astrology, you can understand that these have something to do with stars. Okay. Like similarly, bene. Bene is a Latin word. Bene means to do someone good. Okay, so whenever we in English we use see words like benevolent, mane words starting with bene, benevolent, benefit, means you are going to do someone some good. Okay, now similarly, just or jar, again a Latin word, is relating to law. So justice, jurisdiction, jury. Okay, these have something to do with law. How, if you know the root words a bit, you can guess the meanings of the words, right? So that's the trick. Now let's move ahead and let's see what do we have. So understanding prefix. So what is prefix? Prefix, it is an affix which is placed before the stem of a word. Okay, so before a word that is used. For example, this is the list of, you see, AB, MB, okay, like ambivalent, okay, ana, anti, antipathy, okay, apo, apology, auto, automatic. So these are all called prefix. So prefix is used in the beginning of a word to make it a complete word. ঠিক আছে, prefix টা আমরা use করি যে কোনো word এর শুরুতে to make it a complete word. Okay, now let's add. You can see that as I told you, apathy. Okay, so by using apa, we have made it apathy. Now absence, advance, ambivert, anagram, antibiotic, antipathy, apostate, by apology, okay, automatic, right? So this is how by using prefix we can form new words. Similarly, we also have suffix. Suffix is we use it at the end of a word. Okay, prefixes forming opposites or antonyms of certain words. For example, you see un, so there is a word called fold. So when you use u and un prefix in front of fold, it becomes unfold. Similarly, like is a word. So when we use the prefix dis, so it becomes dislike. Okay. Similarly, mortal, so when we use a prefix, it becomes immortal, incredible, hot, cold, right? So this is how this functions, the use of suffix and prefix functions. Clear? Okay, so now let's take up the question, the sixth question of our class today. I was dash that the rain would end and we would be able to have our picnic. Okay, so you have to use a transformed form of the word hope in order to fill in the blank. So which option out of the four options is the appropriate transformation of the word hope to fit into the sentence, right? So that is the question for you. Now your time starts. Look at the sentence carefully and then figure out which form of the word hope will will suit the sentence best, right? Okay, now go ahead and tell me. I was dash that the rain would end and we would be able to have our picnic, right? Okay, go ahead and tell me. All right. Okay, so what is the correct option? The correct option is option A, hopeful. I was hopeful that the rain would end and we would be able to have our picnic, right? Okay. Now, some common synonyms and suffixes. Let's look at this. So what is, we talked about prefix. Now what is suffix? Suffix is an affix which is placed after the stem of the word. Okay, prefix comes before, suffix comes later. Okay, and synonyms we already know, words with same and similar meaning to another word. Okay, the words are different but the meaning is same. So IBLE or ABLE, this is you use at the end of a word. So suitable, acceptable, comfortable, valuable, sensible, horrible, possible, incredible, edible. So this is how you make it, make the proper use of suffix and prefixes, right? Okay. Now let's look at some words like afraid. One synonym for afraid is petrified, and an antonym can be valiant. Okay. One synonym for the word begin can be commence, and antonym can be terminate. Okay. Then true, authentic, bogus, abundant, plentiful, and antonym can be scarce, right? So this is how this functions, right? Okay, now we will, so these are some sentences given to you for your reference, how you can focus on them, right? Okay, so now what's happening here? Let's take a quick look. So it's hot, right? So choose the correct option. We're in the middle of a heat. Dash, is it streak or is it wave? It is wave, right? Okay, so we will continue with this, but before that let's take up our question, right? So let's take up our moral value based question for the day before moving ahead. Okay, so now look at this question. So Sanjay has an exam tomorrow, but he has not prepared well for it. His friends tell him not to worry, as they would help him by telling the answer. However, Sanjay decides that he will not cheat and will write answers on his own, even if that scores him less marks. Which moral virtue is exhibited by Sanjay in this situation? So, what is the question talking about? You know this is our moral value based question where we try to learn, understand and discuss different approaches to a certain problem, right? Okay, so what is it? So Sanjay, one particular person, one particular friend of yours, for suppose, has an exam tomorrow, but he is not prepared for it. So his friends tell him that don't worry, we will show you, we will help you by telling you the answers in the exam hall. But Sanjay thinks that, and he decides that no matter what, he won't cheat. Okay, whatever answers he knows, he will write them only. Okay, even if that makes him get very less marks. Now, which moral virtue out of the four given to you do you think is exhibited by Sanjay in this particular situation? Okay, so is the question clear to you? All right, so your time starts. Think about the situation and then tell me which moral virtue do you think is exhibited by Sanjay in this particular context, right? Okay, look at all the virtues carefully, look at the situation in front of you carefully, and then give me your responses, right? Okay, all right, go ahead. Okay, so what do you think? Yeah, the correct response is option A, honesty, right? his Sanjay's friends told him that don't worry, we will show you in the exam. So by taking the help of his friends, he could have easily passed with good marks. But no, Sanjay decides that he won't cheat. Whatever he knows, he will write that only. Okay, so that is his honesty, right? That he will, whatever marks he get, even if it's less marks, poor marks, he will get it through honesty, right? Okay. Now, so we have with this, we have come to the end of our class here today, to the last segment, that is the feedback question. So your time starts. Kindly give me your feedback for the class today. Anything and everything that you wish to tell me about the class today can be responded through this feedback question, right? So while you are responding, let's discuss what we learned today. We learned about word building, building word stock, which is called vocabulary. So we learned a lot of new words today, and also what is synonym, antonym, prefix, suffix, homographs, homophone, and all the like, right? Okay, so with this, we have come to the end of our class here. We will meet again very soon in our next class. Till then, keep reading and keep learning. Thank you.